What
Oh,
performance?
hello. Hi.
How are you, buddy?
I'm excellent, thank you. And you?
Good,
Can you
good.
see? Can you see my face, or I'm a half face in the Instagram?
No, no, no.
Do I go
Well,
back?
there's a lot. You've got a lot of face. Let's be honest.
That's everybody says. Oh, I knew it, and I think I need to say it from the beginning. In this conversation,
Yeah.
somebody is gonna get hurt real bad,
Put it
and
this
that's
way: if you were to
probably
put on,
me.
if you were to put on a schmog, it would look like a dish dash on your head.
Yes, I'm not an Arab. That's for sure.
No,
Maybe
you're not.
maybe worse than that. Maybe worse
He's-
than that.
What? Yehudi?
I'm from Turkey,
Oh
so
boy.
yes, I've never seen you making fun with Turks on your stage or in the videos. I'll be the first one, maybe. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
I don't know. I mean, I was engaged to an Armenian girl once, so uh,
So do I. So do I. By the way, they cook very well.
they do. They do good things.
I love you. I love your shirt. It's a beautiful pink, my favorite color.
I
Is
do
this your
like pink.
daughter's, by the way?
I see what you're trying to do there. You're terrible at it. Um, all right.
All right.
There we go.
I think we're back. We lost the
Yeah.
connection a little bit.
Are you in Turkey right now?
No, I'm in Dubai, but hoping
Oh,
to head back on Monday after 4.5, 5 months. It's been a lonely 4 or 5 months here in Dubai for me, I have to say.
wait. So you were stuck there, or you live there?
No, I live here. I work here. I work for Accor Live Limitless and
Hmm.
Accor Group, which we are in the platform of at the moment.
Hmm.
And where are you, Russell, at the moment? Are you in Miami? Are you in LA? Or you
I'm in Los
Canada?
Angeles.
LA. All right.
Oh,
And,
yeah, I
and
haven't lived in Canada in 14 years.
is that right? And
Yeah.
is there anybody from the family there? Mom, I know your dad passed away, but your mom?
No, it's just me here.
Okay, all right.
I got my
And
two
and
kids.
I hope everybody's good,
Yeah,
safe.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping so too.
So it's very early in the morning. Thank you for first of all joining us. I'm truly honored, and this is a very big one for me. I've been doing some couple of interviews, but my favorite star out of the ones that we have done, my personal favorite that I've been following you for years and laughing. And thank you for joining us first of all.
Well, thanks for having me. What is your name, though? I didn't catch that part.
Oh my God! Oh my God! My name is Yeet. It's written Y-I-G-T, Y-I-G-I-T, and everybody,
Yigit.
yes,
Yigit.
and Yeet, Yeet, you
Yeet.
name it. Yes, eat, eat my feet. Yeet.
Sounds like
Yeah.
someone going, "You getting my nerves."
Oh God! I tell you, I don't know. I don't think my family ever thought that I'll be in a global environment in a stage. Maybe only in Turkey. Never thought about it, and
But
I
what does
have
it?
the biggest trouble.
What does it mean?
It means brave, brave
Brave.
soldier. Yes.
So the movie Braveheart in Turkey was Yigit Heart.
Ah, God. Listen, allow me to introduce for the people that who doesn't know. He's a man, 50 years old, born in 1970, but looks like 30.
I'll take it.
He's wearing a pink, my daughter's favorite color. Uh,
You're really stuck on
and
that, huh?
I didn't think you heard it because we were stuck.
Yeah, no,
So
I love pink. I'll wear pink
me
all
too.
day.
Me too. He also is a Hollywood actor, but he's one of the most famous stand-up comedians in the world. As well, he's a chief creative officer. Like he's trying to hang on to my job as well at the moment right now, as far as I understand, which I will definitely ask about. So, did I miss anything? Are you a good cook?
No, I'm not.
No. What
No.
else?
I DJ. I've been DJing for
Oh
35
yeah,
years. I've been
super
doing,
DJ. Huh? 1985, you started
yep. I've
DJing.
been doing
Right, right.
jiu-jitsu for the past 4.5 years.
And before that, you were also boxing, if I'm not mistaken. Is that
I
correct?
boxed for 9 years before that. Yeah. I like
Yes.
combat
Fantastic.
sports. I hurt my finger, but it's gotten better now. So,
And which one? Like, which one is better, boxing or jiu-jitsu?
well, at 50 years old, jiu-jitsu is much better. um,
Really?
Boxing. Oh yeah, somebody said Russell's not a good singer. They are correct. I'm a horrible singer. Horrible
Really?
singer.
Uh, Listen, tell us what's happening in LA. Everything is okay. You have two different crises happening in the same time down there. Uh, uh, I mean, like one of them, all the globe is having, but the other one is more related to US. Is things calming down?
I mean, I don't know. I've got the news on, and it seems like they keep talking about how numbers are spiking in certain states that are opening up. And I mean, I
And
don't know.
in LA,
It's hard.
is it
It's hard to
open?
tell what's going on. You don't know what's real anymore in this world,
Yeah,
especially in America.
that's true. That's true. That's really true. And were you on a tour or were you doing some stand-up comedies before everything get locked down?
Yeah, I did my last show on March 14th, and then I got locked down on March 15th, and then I just did shows for the first time last weekend. 7 shows last weekend.
Live? I mean,
Yeah,
live
yeah, yeah, in
online?
front of an audience.
Really?
Yeah,
Already? Like,
yeah,
and do you need? Does people need to sit like in distance or normal?
yeah. There's no front row anymore, and so the front row
Oh,
is gone, and then there's the tables. But you don't know. It's not like they keep an empty table beside each one, so it's like they just space the tables out more.
Okay, all right. So is that like for the people that who are interested? Where is it? Where do you do these shows at the moment?
Well, this was in San Diego. That's done already now.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna be in Miami next weekend.
Okay, all right. So
Somebody said they were
the
gonna see
show.
me in Huntsville tonight, but I'm not there. Huntsville didn't happen. Hollywood Dean, sorry, buddy.
Okay, all right. So tell us. I was just watching and I was like, oh my God, why did you get so upset in Instagram? For the people who doesn't know, you were shouting at them. What was the reason?
Oh, I was DJing live. I may or may not have had some drinks inside of me. Uh, but I was DJing, and I think you know what it was. I was having a really good time DJing, and it seemed like the people watching were having a good time, and there was some people around me that were having a great time as well. And then all of a sudden, a thing came across my screen and said, "You have violated Instagram," and I'm like, "What?" And then and I got really annoyed. And then they were like, "Your feed, your live will not be saved." So I got very irritated because I know that they've been doing this to a lot of DJs. And
Yeah,
and I've been
they do.
DJing for 35 years, and a lot of my friends are DJs, and it's really important because as a comic,
Cool.
you can't get on live, you can't do this, you can't do stand up in this like this. You need an audience to hear them laugh and to know when to start and stop, and who you just need the live energy. So DJing, you need that, but you don't need that. You can just play, and if people are having a good time, they're having a good time. But it's like an outlet for DJs, and then they're stopping a lot of DJs from playing music, and they're claiming copyright laws and copyright infringement. But really, they're hurting the artist because you hear the music and you forget a song, and you be like, "Oh, I remember that song. I want to get it now," or "I didn't know that song. I like that song." So it helps the artist actually, but they're trying to use I don't know what they're trying to do, but it was nonsense, and it really irritated me.
No, I understand because we're doing some DJ live shows as well, and unfortunately we had to go through that same problem as well. It's very irritating. I just wanted
What DJs were you using?
Several DJs around us in the Middle East and Africa as well. Like we now have Black Coffee coming up very soon. I'm just thinking if we did somebody very international recently.
Well, Black Coffee is very international.
Well, he's coming up. We didn't do him yet.
Oh.
That's a next gig that we are planning.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of regional ones that people recognize us here, and also we wanted to, I was doing it very much in the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis, so for people to like relax a little bit. Everybody was out, and there was no positive energy, and slowly we started to fall into this issue, and I decreased the number of DJ sessions because we get cut, and it's really not nice,
Yeah, it's not cool because it's like literally you can't leave the house, you can't go to a club, the DJs can't go work. It's everybody needs it. You're literally, it's like, okay, you're trying to kill morale altogether, and it's like, no, I can understand if it was like regular times and everybody can go out and do what they got to do, but now it's like, nah, that's not cool.
So I have a question. I watched, of course, quite a lot of things about you, and quite a nice, a full interview with Larry King.
Oh yeah, I did a few of those, so I don't know which one you saw.
I think it was 5 years ago, the one that I watched recently. It was a very nice interview, I have to say, and a couple of things that I've taken here and today you really adapt to that. Like you were saying that truth is the politically incorrect, and now we have all this Black Lives Matter. Well, as if it was not mattering before, it was. But and you have a lot of, shall we say, eclectic jokes and that we really love and laugh about, and they're very genuine. Does that affect you, or is that going to affect you more, Russell?
No, you know why? Because it's about intent and it's about honesty. And like you look at these companies in America now, like I don't know if you're a war. Yeah, somebody's like, this is fucking boring. Well, talk to Yeggett. You got these companies in America like Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's and the Cream of Wheat guy. I don't know if you're familiar with this stuff.
Some of them. Some.
So Aunt Jemima is a brand of syrup and pancake mix, and it's got a picture of a black lady on it with a bandana on her head. And it is very racist looking, but it's been racist looking forever. So all of a sudden, the corporation goes, "Oh my God, is that racist?" You're like, "Yeah, you fucking idiots. Of course it's racist. It's been racist for as long as it's been alive." So it's annoying that they all of a sudden are like, "Oh, we're going to change that." But I'm like, they're not changing it because they really wanted to. They're changing it because we don't want to get in trouble. And that to me is bullshit. That's not how change happens. That's how that's like saying sorry and you don't know why you're saying sorry. You need to know what you're apologizing for.
Yeah, exactly. So if things goes right, when is the next tour, Russell? World one.
I mean, hopefully it'll start off, in 2021. I got a bunch of dates coming up in America. Okay. And that's how I'll get ready. I was ready. I had been doing shows and I'd been getting ready, and it was supposed to start in June. And obviously that's not happening. So here we are. Here we are talking to you, Yiggit.
Yeah. Make fun of me. That's what.
No, I would never.
So you went up from top 10 in the Forbes top 3, and I'm not sure that if it matters for you, but that's a great recognition. And tell us, some of your fans may already know, but for maybe our followers, who are your inspirations? When did you start to become a comedian?
I started doing stand-up in 1989. But I think you're born a comedian. If you're a naturally funny person, you're actually born. That's just who you are. But it's just your personality. That's what you're doing on stage. Is you're being you, and the more you're being you, the better it is. But you get inspired by listening to comics, and I would listen to comedy in the 70s, and then I would listen to it in the 80s. And excuse me, this is going great.
Encourage this.
I but you know, if I was always a comedy fan, and I would always listen to comedy, and I went and saw Eddie Murphy live in 1986 in Toronto, and I saw George Carlin a couple of times in like maybe like 88, and I saw him in 92, and then I worked with him in like 2007. I was very fortunate.
We're doing stand-up before he comes on the stage. Is that what working, or you were doing comedy?
When I worked with him, no, I ended up hosting for him while he was working on getting his new act together. So I was the MC that night. It was pretty cool. Because he was like my idol.
Yeah, that's. I remember you're saying that. There is another Don Rickles, Steve Martin.
Yeah.
These are the ones that you. Well, and you know, I'm so scared what to ask you. You know,
I don't know. Just go ahead. Don't be scared, Yigit.
So, yeah, would you mind telling us where this joke came from? The somebody gonna get hurt real bad? And the reason I'm asking that is it's Father's Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I know you associate that with your dad. So would you mind telling us the story?
Well, I'll tell you how the joke actually came about. I used to DJ these Indian parties. In the day, they'd have daytime parties here in like the early 90s in Canada. I'm saying here in Canada, in Toronto. And I would DJ them, but so they would get me to play like the as they called it, the Western music. So I would play the hip hop, the R&B, and the house. And then they would get another guy to play the Indian music. And then and whenever the Indian music went on, I would leave the DJ booth, and then fights would start. I don't know what it is about Indian music and a bunch of Indian guys, but they wanted to fight. But the problem was none of them knew how to fight. Like, they were terrible. And I used to box, so I was like, I'd watch these fights and be like, I don't think you know what you're doing here, kid. Anyway, but they would always fight, and it would always be like, 10-on-1, or like, there would always be, somebody would always be outnumbered. But whenever a fight broke out, I would run towards it. Not because I wanted to get into a fight, but I wanted to watch it. I wanted to see if somebody actually knew how to fight. So this fight breaks out, and I run towards it. And these guys are about to fight, and then this other Indian guy gets in the middle of them. And he I think he maybe was very new to Canada at the time. He'd just come from India. And he gets in the middle of these guys. Hey, no fighting today, okay? Or somebody going to get hurt real bad. And I started laughing so hard that I almost started crying laughing. And my friends were with me, and they started laughing. And then we just kept saying it to each other for years on the phone. We'd be like, all right, hey, I'll call you later. Hey, somebody going to get hurt real bad. And we'd hang up. And then I started working on a joke about my dad hitting me. And it took a bunch of years for me to get it to where it got to, because I was trying to figure out how to put somebody's going to get a hurt in there. And I didn't know how it would fit. And then I was doing this thing about my dad taking me to Burger King, and it just didn't work, and it didn't work. And then I started thinking about when the white kid next door, and then I pieced it all together. But my dad actually never said it to me.
Yeah. But,
I hate to ruin the myth for everybody, but my dad actually never said it to me.
But did you get a couple of slaps?
Oh yeah, I've definitely got some slaps. Some slaps. Like my mom put a.
Like me.
Oh yeah, how old are you?
I'm born in 1974, quite close to you.
Yeah. Okay, so you're 70. You're 70. You're 46.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you just look like shit, but don't worry about it.
You came all right. So did I. So it's okay. And listen, are you really improvising? Like, this is really a question from me. Like, when you're on the stage, like you're jumping on somebody and stuff. Are you staging people there?
You
like
can't stage that shit. Are you crazy? No.
Like, no.
You
Seriously?
can't stage. You'd have to be you'd both have to be amazing actors to do that.
Okay. All right.
It just doesn't work. It can't work like that. As a matter of fact, if I talked to you before the show, like say I met you backstage or something, and then I saw you in the audience, I wouldn't talk to you because the spontaneity would be gone because I feel like I'd already
Staged.
spoken to you. You know what I mean? It's gotta be, it's gotta be, you know, like it's gotta be like off the dome and right away.
And do you write all your scripts yourself, Russell? Do you have a
Yeah.
team that helps you?
No, it's all me. And I don't actually sit down and write. I just, I just think of it. I go on stage with, when I'm starting to write a new act, I go on stage with no material. Then I talk to the crowd for an hour, and then I see if there's anything that came up, and then I'll keep doing that for about a month, and then eventually, by the end of a month, I should have maybe about 20 minutes of stuff. Then I take the 20, and then it just becomes 40 minutes of talking to the audience, and then 20 minutes of material, and then I start working it out and working it out until it becomes an act. And now I'm at about an hour and 10 minutes of new material already, and that was since January. But I had that hour and 10 by March 14th. So in 3 months, 2.5 months, I was able to write all that.
And do you practice or everything happens on the stage?
Happened on stage. I don't know how you would practice. I mean, I talk to people, so I talk to people in real life, but you know, these past few months, I haven't really spoken to that many people.
Wow, you're so like that's gift. You just well done, really. Like we love you. That's for sure.
I mean, you know, it also comes from growing up. I got bullied a lot, and they would have to think fast on your feet if you were going to try and not get beaten up. You'd be like, what can I say to get out of this? And you would just bam, 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 bam.
Wow, you were mentioning that on your interview. I didn't want to get in there that much, but so was it a racist bullying mainly, or it's the classic one? Like
it was mostly racial bullying, racist bullying, but you know, sometimes it would just be some bullies. You know what I mean? But it was about 95% racist bullying. But you know, you get over that.
Yeah.
You can either let that beat you, or you can let that, and you can let it scar you in a way that you start hating other people, or you can try and take it and flip it, and then make those same people that bullied you, all of a sudden now they're buying tickets to your shows. So that's the win. That's how you beat them. You don't go beating people by hating them back. You beat them by making them love you.
I totally agree. That's the best way to come back. Totally agree. Totally. So Hollywood, can you tell us a little bit? I love this movie, The Chef, not The Chef, Chef, I believe,
Chef.
right?
Yep.
Such a cool movie. I watched it a couple of times, actually.
It's a great movie. It's a good family movie.
It is. It is. And any other plans like that?
I mean, you know, it's not up to me if I get in these movies. You know, Jon Favreau, the writer and director.
Is there any Jews there? Like any conversation coming?
There's lots of Jews here. Are you kidding me? It's Hollywood. It's all Jews.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not up to me. It's up to whoever wants to put me in something, or if they, you know, they sometimes I'll get sent out on auditions, and I'm like, look, they already know if they want me or not. I don't know why I'm going for an audition when, you know, like, unless it's down to me and somebody else, and like, we just want to see which one's better at it. But otherwise, I'm like, you know, stand-up's always been my 31 years I've been doing stand-up. It's how I made my living. It's how I bought my house. It's how I pay for my, you know, my kids and everything. So I figure I might as well focus on the thing that consistently works for me. And then if somebody wants to put me in a film, I'm more than happy to do your film. You know, there's a movie coming out this year. Hopefully still comes out this year. It's a kid's movie. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Do you remember that book, Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Not really, to be honest with you. Clifford.
There was a children's books out here called Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I'm in that. Okay. I'm in that movie. So
is like a between cartoon and real, or it's you're voicing it?
It's CGI. The dog is CGI, but all the people are real. I play a guy named Malik the Magician.
Malik the Magician.
Yeah.
Right.
So this
and you got. Sorry, go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
No, they gave me like a real magic coach, like a guy to teach me magic for the movie. But he's like a really good magician. And I was like, listen, I'm never going to be able to do this magic. So I said, I think it's funnier if my character wants to be a magician, but he's really not that good at it.
Really? So,
Yeah.
and you got two kids, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And it's so funny because when you were talking again with in that interview, I believe you only had your daughter, and in that interview there was something about bombing, like I think it's when you're in a stage you get like bombed. And
no,
I
you
try to
bomb.
understand.
You don't get bombed. Listen, you've been in the Middle East too long. You get bombed.
No,
I just bomb. It's different.
yeah. Okay, is that you bombing, or really, or it is like sometimes you really cannot connect with the crowd and things go bad, because that's
that's how you bomb.
That's what I remember. Is that how you bomb? Is that called bombing?
That's called bombing. And when you do great, it's called killing. It's a very morbid way we look at it. We either killed or we died.
Okay, I got you. Okay, it's like, all right, I'm not gonna make a comment on that. And when is there a time that the spectators or the people who are watching you cracked some good jokes to you?
No,
Not at all.
They're never good at it. Here's the thing: you got to understand. If I've been doing this, somebody's asked me, I'm a blue belt with 3 stripes. If I've been doing this for 31 years, do you really think you're the first audience member that's ever said something to me? No, but I'm possibly the first comic you've ever said something to. So it's kind of like it's like some guy who thinks he's a tough guy, and then he walks up to like a professional boxer and goes, I could take you. And you're like, really? You go up to Mike Tyson and go, I could knock you out. And you're like, I think that's a bad idea.
Huh? Yeah, it's a very bad idea. You know, there's a couple of people that I honestly grow up with, and one of them is really you, and I'm very lucky to speak properly good English to understand. And then, of course, being Turkish, I don't know whether you've ever heard of him, but there's a similar gentleman like you. I don't think he's a global scale like you, but he's very famous, Cem Yılmaz. And actually, from time to time, I hear some jokes that they are very similar to yours, and I say, probably he's listening some Russells there.
I mean, quite possibly. I mean, you know, it's how difficult would it be to take it and put it into another language?
Yes, and then also, and then there is no connection. So, but I see it, and it's because I'm Turkish, I know that from time to time they try to kill him, and then
kill him.
That's the biggest mistake they do, because he responds hardcore, and I would imagine it's the same thing for you. But is there anyone that you can remember
that tried to kill me?
No, not like that. Not like here. No, not like that. It's like somebody really trying to put you down, and
they get offended or something.
No, not like that. Like you know, they try to shame you with a joke, like attacking you like a boxer.
Oh no, you can't do that, because I mean, they could try, but it's like nothing I've ever said has been done spitefully. It's always been, again, it's about intent. You can hear and you can see when somebody's saying something. You could tell, like, you know, when I'm joking with you that I'm joking with you. It's not like you're gonna walk away going, "That son of a bitch, he made fun of my name." But you could see in my face when I say "yigit" that you're like, you know, you know, it's to be expected.
Okay, so any super experience that you have out of all these 31 years, Russell, that is like something that you can't forget? A big show that you have done, or a really nice story?
I don't know. There's been so many really, really great moments. I mean, I've done a lot of great things in my career, and I can't really pinpoint it to any one moment. There's been, you know, there's the first 15 years of working the road and struggling, and then the last 16 years of just doing really great. So I've gotten to experience both sides of this.
Which is the blood and tear that you have to go through to become like this, right? Nothing comes.
Yeah, you forgot sweat too. It's not just blood and tears.
Yeah, blood, tears, and sweat. That's true.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah,
It's fun.
Yeah. I'm having one at the moment. I have to say, listen,
you know what I didn't. Well, when I went to Belgium last year, 2 years ago, I was in Antwerp, and I didn't realize that their national food was Turkish food. There's so many Turkish people there. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, it's like the British national food is Indian.
Yes, the Belgian
Similar.
national food is Turkish. It's
Actually,
really
to
good
be
food,
honest,
though.
thank you. It's German. German is worse than Belgium.
Oh yeah,
If
no, I
I'm not
went there
mistaken,
too. I drove to Germany from there, and then I
yeah,
found out it was there too.
I think Berlin is the third largest Turkish city.
What's the second? What's the first other than Turkey?
First is Istanbul. Obviously, have you
Obviously. Thanks for clearing that
have
up
you?
there. You get.
Come on, it's one of the largest cities in the world. Come on.
No, I know,
It's
but yeah, I figured Istanbul would be a city full of Turkish people, but I meant outside of Turkey.
Outside of Turkey, but no, but I meant including Turkey. Berlin is the third largest city.
No, I know. I'm saying excluding Turkey.
Uh, Again,
What is
I
the
would
country
imagine
that has the most amount of Turkish people in it?
Germany, by far.
Germany. So then it's number one.
Yeah, number one, Germany.
Yeah.
Germany, and I would imagine France and Belgium are the next two ones after.
France too, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of people after the Second World War went to Turkey, muscles, because a lot of loss of men in European countries, so they took a lot of Turkish to do work in factories and stuff.
Kind of getting you back for that, weren't they?
Yes, I'm an example of that.
And I think when they took you guys, they took them to factories that would make furniture, and they would make you guys make those stools you could rest your feet on. Ottomans.
I remember, and you give the ladies give massage in the harem.
I was making an Ottoman Empire joke there. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for stepping on it.
Ottomans. I've been watching some Ottoman stuff. It's weird, a lot of different angles to it. But I hear you're the best. Your best city is New York. Is that true?
I love New York.
And you were even saying that you would prefer to live there if you could have the chance. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is now I got two kids, and two sets of women that have my kids. So I would have to move my ex-wife to New York. I would have to move my son's mother to New York. Nobody's making that much money. And somebody's speaking Turkish to you. Başkan naber?
Başkan naber? Başkan. It means the president.
Naber askim.
Oh, do you have some Turkish friends, Russell?
I do. My tailor actually out here, Murat.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, he's an amazing tailor.
Made to measure. Do you do?
No, he can take. Listen, he could take. I go to the store and buy anything, and it could fit like shit. And I go, Murat, I need you to Murat this, and he'll make it look like it was made to measure.
Fantastic. Hello, Murat.
And guess where he's from? Guess where he's from? He's Turkish, but guess where he's from?
Istanbul.
Germany.
Germany. I could imagine. So of course, you've been in Dubai because I took my team several times to your shows all together. And we have as you can imagine, an amazing, diverse team in Accor with probably 50 different countries. And we are all from different, and then we go there and have a laugh together. And that's the greatest example of living together in diversity. And
that's actually what I love the most about Dubai, is that everybody is there. It's literally everybody. You don't have to be like, are they going to get me? Yeah, they're going to get you, because everybody's going to understand you. There's so many people, I love that about Dubai. And the people that like yourself and other people that live there that are not even from there genuinely love living in Dubai.
Yeah, it's a very cool, calm place with a lot of comfort and entertainment, and it's a nice place to be. I was going to ask, do you have you enjoyed being here?
Listen, I've been going to Dubai since 1999 or 98.
Okay,
I used to perform in Dubai when it was a desert still, and it was just the Hyatt hotel. And then in the basement of the Hyatt was a nightclub called the Vault.
I remember that very well.
And I used to perform in the Vault. And then after you'd perform, it would turn into a nightclub. And it would ironically fill up with Russian hookers. But whatever, that's nothing, neither here nor there. But and then you would go the next day and you would do a show in Abu Dhabi, and then you would go and do a show in Al Sharjah.
Sharjah.
Yeah, or Al Sharjah, whatever. Yeah. And it was like some English guy, some guy from England who was booking it, and he was bringing you out there, and you were making nothing. You were maybe making 200 pounds a show or something. Wow. But we was like, we're going to Dubai, and we're like, I didn't even know where Dubai was at that time.
And Lebanon?
I love Lebanon. Lebanon is great.
Yeah. I know.
See, now here's the thing with Lebanon. I love Lebanon, and I love going there, and I love going to eat. I love eating their food, and I love going to their nightclubs. And I even like performing there. But the problem when you perform in Lebanon is Lebanon's the one of the countries in the Middle East where it doesn't have a lot of people in there that are not Lebanese. So Lebanon's pretty much, they got a solid base of who they are. So when you go to your shows, everybody will come out to your show, but a lot of times they miss a lot of the jokes because they don't have a point of reference for them. So if I talk about, if I talk about something that's not, like if it's not like me, if I'm not talking about being Indian or I'm not talking about Arabs, they'll lose the joke a lot of times. I'll be like, blah, blah, blah. And they'll be like, and it's interesting for me because I felt like I bombed when I was there. But then after the show, they're like, we loved it. And I'm like, why didn't you tell the rest of your face about it? Because, But I always have a great time. I always have a great time in Beirut. Like, I love it over there.
Have you done Africa, Russell? In your life?
I've done Kenya, Nairobi, South Africa, and I think that's
South
it.
Africa.
South Africa. I've done. South Africa was the first place I was ever famous in.
Really?
And that was.
And what was the reason for that? Any particular reason?
I started doing shows in South Africa in 2001, and then they brought me back to do Durban. So I did Cape Town in 2001, and it went well. And then in 2002, they brought me back to Durban, and Durban had at the time the largest amount of Indian people outside of India in one city.
Okay.
Highest concentration of Indian people in one city, and then and then it just blew up right there. And I literally had to change my name in the hotel. That was the first time I had to use an alias. And I think the alias I chose was Mike, and my last name was Hunt. You say the full name.
Mike Hunt.
What about your count? What?
By the way, I remember the clicks in the names of South Africans.
Well, yeah.
How was that?
There's some people. Yeah, that was a true story. That really happened at the casino there.
In the casino, right?
Yeah, at the casino in Durban. Yeah,
it's unbelievable, unbelievable. Listen, and I ask this to all my visitors and all the celebrities that I'm talking to. So if I give you a bottle, a genie bottle, and tell you, okay, you have any chance to go to any place that for a vacation, what would be the first place you would choose today, after the COVID?
After the COVID, where would I go on vacation? I don't know. To be honest with you, I've never gone on a vacation.
No way, because you're traveling all the time.
Because my job is traveling. So for me, this whole COVID thing was a vacation to me.
Seriously?
Yeah. And so traveling to me equals work.
Yeah. Okay.
But maybe if once I get back on the road and I start grinding really hard again and I start to get a little burnt out from it, I'd probably just want to stay home. But I don't know. There's plenty of places to go to in the world. I just don't know where to go. I've been to most of them. I'd probably have to go to some sort of fancy resort where, you know, but I need stimulation. I need like, I don't want that resort where it's like, it's just a chalet in the middle of the ocean and there's nothing around. I don't want that. I'll go nuts.
So
I need to
you
talk
like
to other
some
people.
activity around.
Yeah, let me sit down at a bar and drink with people and eat some great food and maybe dance a little or whatever, you know, just have a good time. I don't want to just sit down and be like, "Oh, isn't this nice?" I can't
Istanbul
sit
is
on a
it?
beach. What am I going to do? I can't tan. I'll just go. I'm already brown. I look ridiculous on a beach. I look like a seal who beached himself.
Uh, uh, Istanbul. Istanbul is the place for you.
You
No,
know what?
no.
I would like to go to Istanbul. Have things calmed down over there?
From security perspective, if you're asking, yes. Economy perspective, it's terrible. I would imagine that would work for us at the moment if you're making currency money of euros or dollars, because
Hmm.
the because of the ratio. We will be much rich there. But security-wise, it's perfect at the moment. How do you see that from there? What's your angle? Like when you look at Turkey, what do you see?
Well, I mean, I don't base it off anything. I just remember that they had that attack at the airport a few
Yeah,
years
that was
ago,
like 2016,
and then there was like some sort of weird political thing happening. I don't know, and then I haven't heard anything in a while, so I assume it's calmed down.
Yeah, it's totally calm down at the moment. Yeah, any day that you want to do that, of course, we would be looking forward to host you and your lovely family.
I'd
With
come solo. You kidding me?
You're gonna get killed down there, so be careful.
Fine, that's fine with me. Take me. I'm good. I've had a good life.
Uh,
I'm out.
so okay, then we can ask you a couple of questions. What's the best? What's your favorite restaurant or place to be in LA?
My favorite restaurant. My favorite restaurant in Vegas is Joe's.
Really?
Yeah,
Yours.
I
And
love
what is what?
Joe's Seafood. It's
Okay.
Joe's Stone Crab. It's originally out of Miami, but I um I went to the one in Miami last year or two. Yeah, last year I went to the one in Miami, and it wasn't as good as the one in Vegas. And the one in Miami
Really?
is the original one.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes
the one
happen.
I love the one in Vegas is at Caesar's Palace, and but I love that restaurant. And they have the best shrimp, they have the best crab legs, they've got the best Dover sole, they got the best steaks, they got this. They call it Boston cream pie, this cake, but it's delicious. I mean,
Wow.
I'm getting moist in the mouth just talking about it.
I can see that. I can see that. So, and
And like the
what did you
crab
do?
legs are like baby's arms. They're like that much. The meat is like that thick on them.
Is that like not the Canadian crab?
No, these
You're
are the
from Canada,
Alaskan
right?
king crabs.
Oh, the king. Oh, okay. The Alaskan king crabs. Okay.
And then they
All right.
have these Madagascar shrimp. Yeah, they're
Really?
like this fat. They're like this big. They're like that. And then they have this.
Wow.
Oh, it's so good. Shit, I might even drive there right
And
now after this.
Joe's. How long it will take you to drive from LA to Vegas? And can you do that now? Is it because of COVID?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah.
blocked?
I went to my house there a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. All right.
Um, it's supposed to take you from where I live about 4.5 hours,
Okay.
but maybe it took me 3.
Maybe. Who
I left
knows?
at night. It was late at night, so there's no traffic on the road.
That's the reason.
Nice,
I
Ash.
understand. That's the reason. Have you did African safaris?
I did, yeah. I went to. I've been to a few of them in South Africa. Did I? I don't know if I went to one in. I didn't go to one in Kenya though.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, our company is the largest in the Middle East and Africa, and to be honest with you, we have some beautiful locations
The
in
safaris.
that. Yeah, safaris, especially the Rwanda with the gorilla experiences. It's unbelievable. we would love to take you down there with your family one day.
Have you seen my family? It is a guerrilla experience.
Tell me about it.
Somebody's asking what animals did I see. I think I actually saw all the big five. I saw all five. That's
wow. You're lucky. You're lucky. So, and any foundation works that you do, Russell? Have you do you like help? Do you have own foundation?
I don't have a foundation myself. I find people always end up scamming those types of things, but I'll I do work. Whenever I do charity work, I usually do it for multiple sclerosis because my sister-in-law has it, and I started what's the word? A scholarship at my old high school for one person to go to college, because the high school I went to is in most of the people that go there are lower income families, and they don't really have the opportunity. So I figure for the one person that does excel, they should get at least the opportunity to go further.
Okay, that's really a nice thing of you. It's
somebody put North Park. No, North Peel, not North Park.
You're eating from down there at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to concentrate at you. I can't do two all together in the same time.
Yeah, you focus. I'll do this.
Yes, thank you. Well, listen, because you didn't start your career, but the first hike was in South Africa. We do something there, and if we find the chance together, I would love to do something together with you there.
I love South Africa. I love South Africa.
We have this very special brand called Mantis, and it's all for the reservation to protect the local communities in the African region and stuff. And they only do 10, 12, 14 keys in different very special places. And there are 2 hotels in the national parks. And I with each interview that I do, I explain it to them, to everybody, for them to understand how people's lives are difficult and people need to acknowledge. Due to the COVID-19, there is no work, there is no guests, so they close the gates of National Park, and the tribes inside are living. And because there is no money and very little money that they need,
now they're praying mantises. Sorry.
They're hunting the animals, Russell, and then it's a vicious cycle, because they're hunting the animals, then they're not going to have any tourists coming to the national park to view the animals. So we're putting some activities together. Believe it or not, one person who works looks after around 8, 9, 10 people, and that's for 150 euros. You can feed the entire family for a month. So we really would like to make sure that we're looking after them. And if we find a chance together someday, I would love to go together to South Africa. And
what part of South Africa is it in?
It is in Cape Town area.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta go up to Durban too, because there's a lot of poverty up there too, in the KZN, as they call it, the KwaZulu Natal. And I know this because I've been to the camps over there, because what happened was, when I was there back in the day, I would talk to the people in the hotel. I like regular people, so I would talk to like this guy named Patrick who used to shine shoes there. And then while I was there, BMW sponsored me and gave me a car. And he was like marveled at this car. So I said, "Hey, let me drive you home." And he goes, "It's very dangerous where I live, Mr. Peters." And I go, "Don't worry. Fuck it, let's go." So I drove this brand new BMW right into the middle of like one of those camps. And it was fine. Nobody's trying. Like, it was like, "You're going to get killed." I'm like, "No, I'm not." I drove in. I parked the car. I went into his house. I ate some food with him, and then I left. And I gave him a little bit of money because, I had the money, he didn't. So I've seen it firsthand, and I know the mentality is not, they just want to exist. They just want to They want to be
Yeah.
recognized as an equal, and that's the problem in the world, is that nobody's equal. And I look at everybody equal. Like, I'll talk to you the same way I talk to a prince or a king, or the same way I talk to a celebrity. It's the exact same way I'll talk to you. I talk to everybody the exact same way.
Yeah, we know that, and thank you for that, and keep talking us like that, and we will definitely keep on watching you. Whatever they try to kill this freedom of speech, we will never let it go, and I know you will never let it go as well.
Uh-huh.
No, and listen, before they cut us off from this Instagram, unless you have something to share with us and make a joke of me or make a fun of me, I would like
Yigit, do you really think I would make fun of you?
Thank you so much for your precious time. And,
Thank you.
And, we love you, and looking forward to see you down in
Were
the
you
East.
were you at the show last year at the Coca-Cola Arena?
Not in Coca-Cola Arena, but I was.
Wait a minute, you just went through a whole interview saying how you always come and see me, and then you literally weren't there the last time I was there. How do you say, teach me how to say this in Turkish. How do you say, you are full of shit?
Boktan boktan konuşuyorsun.
There you
like
go,
that.
mister.
Well, I was there with full team. I think we were around 25, 30 people in Du Arena in Abu Dhabi when you were. And it was huge, totally crowded. I don't know how many people was there, but it was a very, very big show. That's the one I remember, the last one here that I saw you live.
It should have been a Coca-Cola. That was a fun one, too.
Yeah, I can imagine. What's the largest show you've done before we close? What's the biggest number of people that you did a show to?
18,000 people. I was in Vancouver, Canada.
Where was that, Russell?
Vancouver, Canada. I think maybe 2007. And it was 2 nights in a row. So it was 18,000, then 18,000 again.
Yeah. Fantastic. And I know you've been in the Opera House.
No, I've never been to Oprah's house.
Sydney Opera House?
Oh, Opera House. Sorry, they said I went to Oprah's house.
Opera's house. No, Opera House.
Oh, the Opera House. Yeah, yes. I did shows at the Opera House in Sydney. But that's actually a really small venue. It's only like 1,500 to 2,000 seats.
1,500?
Yeah, it's not a very big room. And as a matter of fact, when I did it, I took Joe Coy and Ahmed with me.
Wow.
Ahmed, and Joe Coy. They both opened. It was, I think I did a presents show or something like that there.
Are you doing this judge thing still, Russell?
No, that was 7 years ago.
Okay, all right.
But thank you for keeping up with me. That's very kind of you. What's your next question? Hey, are you enjoying high school, Russell?
Yeah. I realize you're not a morning person. Now you're coming. Now it's coming, mate.
I'm definitely not coming. I just want to clear that up for everybody. I have not been in Oprah's house, and I am not coming right now.
Yeah. All right.
Now, do you believe that I don't plant the audience?
Somebody has to ask this question.
No, I get asked, and I get irritated. I'm like, how am I going to plant that?
No, I don't think you can. No, it's coming. I see it. Really, thank you so much.
Thanks, Yigit.
It is so fun, Mr. Russell.
Mr. Yigit. What's your last name?
Sezgin.
Foreskin?
Sezgin. It's a terrible.
That is a horrible name. You get foreskin? No, I didn't get any foreskin. Thank you. I cut it off.
Yeah. Well, my skin is red at the moment because you're grilling me.
Well, turn yourself over so you grill evenly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Russel Peters on behalf of you. Thank you for spending your 1 hour with us in your vacation. And we're looking.
And also, I just want to say, people keep telling me about my friend D.L. Hughley. who collapsed on stage last night. I haven't spoken to him directly, but I have spoken to somebody, and he's fine. He just overheated a little, and he's okay. DL Hughley's fine.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You gotta believe me, from my mom to my family, we're all big fans. And
I believe you. I appreciate
it's
you,
an honor
buddy.
to chat with you. And it was my most difficult interview because I love you from the heart, and it's not easy when you're a fan and trying to make an interview within the same time. And
I know. I hope I made it somewhat easy for you, though.
Yes, you did. Very
okay,
professionally.
Good.
Thank you so much. Thank
See
you
you,
very
boss.
much. Take care of yourself. Keep safe.
See you, buddy. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.